In this episode, we play with some of the Bahamas wildlife, we sail at night 3 times on our trip back to Florida, and we talk about what 4 months in salt can do to a freshwater boat.
Hey there, sailor.
Hi.
What are you doing?
Uploading episode 52.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
How's it going?
Slow. We got Wi-Fi here at Staniel Cay Yacht Club, and we snuck and plugged in our laptop. So, you know, it's something, but slow. 5%.
We're in beautiful Staniel Cay, where you can actually go swimming with and pet the sharks. Pretty sweet.
Morning. We've been sailing all night. We left Staniel Cay at 7 p.m. and it is now almost 7 a.m. and the sun is just rising. Finally, it's super wavy and super rolly, but good wind, and we are approaching Nassau. So, not our favorite place because it's all cruise ships and tourism, but stopping by here, meeting up with a couple of our friends that we disconnected with back in Georgetown because they had to head back north. So we're meeting back up with them, and then we are going to head for Bimini to go back to Florida. So it's been a long night. How you feeling?
I'm so tired. I just want to sleep.
We did 3-hour shifts. So I did the first shift from 7 p.m. till 10 p.m. And then Candace did one, and I did one, and now she's on her 4th shift, which is her last one. And we're like pulling in right now, so it actually worked out pretty good. Oh, it's rolly. Holy moly. Wow. This is crazy out here. Every time we go to Nassau, it's always like this on the way in, because it's not protected from any direction. Anyway, we're gonna, sorry we didn't film, but it was so dark, like nothing, we wouldn't be able to film anything. Oh, all right.
We're not huge fans of Nassau because the whole place is kind of set up to cater to very, very big cruise ships and the thousands upon thousands of tourists that funnel on and off the cruise ships all week. So we topped up our diesel and got some water, and we split from Nassau, headed for another huge passage toward Bimini. But being such a long passage, we decided we should probably start by doing some household chores on our way.
So we left Nassau this morning about 9 o'clock. We got a late start because we had to do an oil change. But our friend Wes, right here, he left Nassau too, and we're just closing in, catching up to him. I think we're both going to go ahead to Bimini, but it's still like 100 and something miles to Bimini, so it's going to be a long day. Are you still going through the cut? I think we're going to go to Bimini with you.
Our friend Wes is one of the favorite people that we've met along the way. He single-hands his sailboat all over the Bahamas for about half of the year. The other half of the year, he sails back up to Florida and works at his job. So it's pretty much 50-50 for him on cruising, and it works really, really well.
Oh, what a long day. We are officially off the tongue of the ocean, which is this massive, thousands of feet deep, very bumpy, not very comfortable sort of a place, and the wind was like non-existent, so we've just been motoring all day. But we just left the tongue of the ocean, and now we are coming into the Mackie Shoal area, and that's notoriously rolly for anchoring, but we've been going for like, I don't know, 10 or 11 hours now, so we're gonna go up here just a little bit, drop the hook. We're gonna let our friend Wes catch up with us, and we'll probably all just sleep on the shoal tonight. And it's a bit, you know, rocking and rolling, but you get, you know, 6 hours of sleep or something. As soon as you're fed up enough, you wake up and you start going again. And then it's another 65 miles to Bimini. And we'll shoot into the Bimini harbor and then wait for a weather window to cross to Miami. So we had a fishing gear incident where we had two lines out and they caught some weeds on the surface, which they've been doing all day, and they get so built up with weeds, and then they tangled themselves up, and one lure caught the other lure's weeds, and they came in basically the mystery of the universe in fishing line. Yeah.
There's two lines in there somewhere.
Yeah, it's two separate lines. There's 200 yard each of 200-pound test monofilament. So yeah, there's just 400 yards of mystery of the universe in fishing string. But look where we're anchored. It's wonderful. This is actually the only time, this is the only place anyway, that we've ever anchored where you can't see land in any direction. It's wild. It's very cool. We're just entering Mackie Shoal. So Bimini is like straight behind us, and Chub Key is way out in front of us. And there's like nothing here at all. And we're in like 15 feet of water, nothing. So it's kind of creepy and it's eerie. So we'll get up as soon as the waves tend to get bad out here, and you tend to get rocking in the middle of the night. So as soon as it gets bad enough that we can't sleep, we're gonna pull the hook and we're gonna head for Bimini, another 65 miles. Should be good.
Whew. Love them long days.
Very long days. Hey guys. Ooh. Starting to do a lot more nighttime sailing now. We're getting more comfortable with that. It's 4 o'clock in the morning right now, and I'm talking to you by the light of our stern light just above our solar panels. So we are leaving Mackie Shoal right now, and we are headed for Bimini, some 75 miles away. So we wanted to get a head start in the middle of the night so we can come into the harbor with some sunlight left. As it stands right now, we should be in safe harbor by 5 o'clock, but we'll keep you guys updated. Probably not going to film anymore in the dark because you really can't see me, so. Welcome to Mackie Shoal, the most wonderful shoal of all the shoals. It's very rolly, and we don't have enough wind to go fast. So, yeah. 11 more hours. after being at sea for 2 days, you probably can't even see it on the camera, but there's land way over there on the horizon. Welcome back to Bimini. It's like a weird, this is where it all started for us kind of thing. So it seems only fitting that this will be the last place in the Bahamas that we are, because we're leaving from here and going across to Miami. So it's kind of like coming home, so to speak, even though it's not home. But it's also cool because we last were here 4 months ago, and now we've done most of the Bahamas and come all the way back, and it's interesting to look around the boat and see what 4 months in saltwater does to a boat. And I'll go over some of that with you guys, but it's stuff like the little fasteners and stuff that, you know, they were all shiny and stainless steel when we got here, and now they're not. We replaced most of them, but there's a couple that are still like really, really nasty. 4 months. Wow. I'm gonna go check the zinc under the boat too, because that's been on there for 5 months, I think. So that's gonna be interesting. But I gotta negotiate this tight little harbor now, and entering Bimini is tricky. So take you guys with me. But my favorite color in the world, Bimini blue. Now, the keen eagle-eyed viewer will notice that there is a red marker there behind us, and there should be a green marker right in front of us, according to the chart. Green marker, and there isn't. Welcome to the Bahamas. Anyway, if you got Navionics though, just follow where the green marker is on Navionics and you're okay. And sort of watch the depth sounder. We're still at 11 feet, so I think we're okay. Anyway, the charts are super, super accurate on Navionics, so you really can't go wrong. But it is a little disturbing when you expect to see a marker and there just isn't one. So that'll be fun. Let's go. So the last thing we want to talk about in this episode is what salt does to a freshwater boat. Now, we're from Canada and we've been sailing in the Great Lakes for quite a while, and the boat's never really had any rust on it. And while we were in Canada and sailing the Great Lakes, we would take care of the stainless steel, and if any rust showed up, we would polish it and make sure it was okay. But it was so rare that you had to do that. And as soon as we got to the Bahamas, like I said before, all of our stuff was shiny, there wasn't any rust anywhere, everything was great. Now that we've been in the Bahamas for 4 months and we've sort of come full circle back to Bimini, we are going over the boat and looking at things, and we've been taking care of it along the way, and we've replaced a lot of stuff while we were in Georgetown. A lot of these U-bolts and different things. The U-bolts are fantastic because you can put them on any rail in your boat and bolt things wherever you want. And they're not a marine product, but you can get them in stainless steel, which means they're cheap. They're, you know, $3 or $4 for a U-bolt. They are just disintegrating. Stainless steel, there's different qualities of stainless steel, and the U-bolts you get at the hardware store aren't the greatest quality of stainless steel. So I mean, it is what it is. They are cheap, so you can just bring a whole bunch of them and replace them as you need to, keep them polished and try to keep up with them. But also the rigging, the rig on our boat, we have no idea how new it is. It could be original from 1980, we don't know. It always looked really good. It's never had any rust or any signs of wear, so we've always assumed that it was okay. And when we got down here, all of a sudden it starts rusting. And it took about 2 months in the Bahamas before it started rusting. And it's been rusting out of the top of the swage fittings. We've had a few people look at it that know what they're doing. And we've consulted with you guys quite a lot and found that a little bit of rust coming out of the swage fittings, as long as it's just like stain and not actual corrosion, is fine. You just clean it up, you polish it, and you just keep an eye on it and take care of it. But it does come back every once in a while and you have to stay on top of it. Our windlass completely disintegrated. I think maybe that had more to do with our sinking episode, where we had to drop the anchor in an emergency situation, so I didn't put a snubber on, and we were in some quite heavy seas, and it just pounded, and the chain pulled on the windlass really hard to the point where it shattered. So we don't really have a windlass anymore. It doesn't work, obviously, but it's there, and we'll find a new one someday. It was used anyway. I think we paid $200 for it or something like that, so we're not really out much. Yeah, that's it. If you're going to have a freshwater boat and you're going to bring it to the Bahamas, I would suggest lots and lots of spare parts. Anything that's stainless, that can be replaced, bring extras. The little Allen head bolts that hold your stanchions in, bring extras of those. U-bolts, if you have them anywhere on your boat, bring extras. Lots of zincs or anodes for your prop and whatever you have in the water that's metal. You'll need those because they do disintegrate after probably about 6 months. And yeah, just take care of everything. Polish, 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 polish. Lots of little scrubby pads, green Brillo pads, lots of stainless polish, and lots of elbow grease. That's it.
Great news, guys. We got another t-shirt for you for sale. It's an I'd Rather Be Sailing t-shirt. Comes in lots of colors, men's and women's. If you want to check it out, head over to ladyksailing.com/shirts.
That's it for this episode. Please hit that subscribe button if you like our videos so that you get to see the new ones when they come out every Friday, or in this case Saturday. Sorry, we're a day late. We've been traveling a lot. And hit the thumbs up on the video if you don't mind. It helps us on YouTube. See you guys next week.